It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Brooklyn Nets in their house, Barclays Center. And for Brooklyn, they're enjoying a better winning percentage to this point than we saw last season, an encouraging sign for the players and the front office. And the Brooklyn Nets, no control of their first-round pick until 2019. Makes it tough to execute a quick turnaround, Shaq, but they're trying.
Yeah, the front office has been getting creative. They're taking on big contracts to acquire valuable assets.
Well, they've done a great job recently of drafting late because it's tough. You know, late first-round picks, late second-round picks, those are guys you really have to do some homework on. But win or lose, these guys have played hard every single night.
That's a quick turnaround. But there, see, it makes it tough to execute quick turnaround. Quick turnaround.
Ernie, that's not quick.
We got new chairs.
That's not quick.
Here in the studio.
It's actually kind of slow turnaround.
Kevin Harlan's got the call.
The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. From Brooklyn, New York, and the home of the Nets, we're broadcasting live from Barclays Center. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Back to the road tomorrow as this is the final game of the Nets homestand. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And seeing where the Nets are, they've played some good basketball this year. They have to consider this season to be a success in terms of where they are at this point.
Yeah, they're certainly in better shape than I thought they'd be at this stage of the season. And by now we know when they're at their best, they can compete with any team in the league.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, the fallout from the Nets trade with the Celtics in 2013, of course, is still being felt all around the league, and GMs are very reluctant now to surrender first-round picks unless they receive major league talent in return. Nobody out there wants to be embarrassed, Kevin, on or off the floor.
Yeah, some lean years in Brooklyn, partially as a result of that transaction. David, as always, thank you. Maybe it's no longer a surprise. A couple rookies, Doris, who we thought would take some time to develop, are already contributing.
It's no question about it, and more rookies are being asked to play a larger role in their particular teams. And I think what you have to be struck by is the fact that we're not talking about 21 and 22-year-old rookies anymore, Kevin. We're talking about guys that have very limited collegiate experience, and yet everyone wants an immediate return. And I think it's nothing more than a sign of the times. Guys are dreaming about the NBA from the time they first pick up a ball, and what we get is the result of that.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Fultz and Redick are in the backcourt together. Saric is the 4 with Embiid in the middle, and it's Covington in at the 3.
Fultz is not just looking to score the ball, he also is equally engaged in terms of facilitating for his teammates.
Here's Levert. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
Here's Fultz. Nice D from Russell. And it's Carroll with the ball for the Nets. Covington with the steal. First quarter of play, 1 minute played, and it's Kenneth Faried with the foul. That's his first foul.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Now here's Fultz. He's guarded by Russell.
What outstanding defensive anticipation and a poor decision passing.
Allen finds Russell. Count it. Russell's got his first bucket in this one.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Pass to Covington. Lets a floater go. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Covington's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Here's Russell. Rebound by the 76ers. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, they need to pick themselves up. I mean, physically, you give up a lot going into post-regulation play and losing after 2 overtime periods to an inferior team. Boy, that can take a toll.
Now here's Embiid. After D'Angelo Russell's miss.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Allen. Here's Levert. 5 to shoot. Free throw line jump shot. Another shot. And the rejection by Embiid. Here's Redick. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
It's Allen on the wing, guarded by Embiid. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to Houston. Saric has the open look. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Russell looking around. Kicks to Carroll. And there's the pass to Levert. 6 on the shot clock. No good, unable to end this run.
I don't know if he's trying to show off for the crowd or what, but there's no reason for that kind of shot. That's nice technique on the glass. You know, you leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
And it's Russell missing.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Fultz dishes to Saric. Some solid defense from Fareed.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Here's Levert, covered by Redick. Outside Russell, shot clock at 6. Outside Carroll. And again, it's the Nets missing. The 76ers leading by 6.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets, one of the younger teams in the league this year and last year. And obviously, with young teams and with the style of play, turnovers are going to be something you've got to contend with along the way.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
And how about the numbers here for Joel Embiid? 5th in blocks, 8th in rebounding, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage, really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And yeah, he's been a brutal shot blocker all season long. As you said, top 5 in the league. He's a dangerous force to face inside.
You can see the assertiveness right now of D'Angelo Russell. He welcomes the contact and powers and plays right through it. Think about this. In his first season away from the Lakers last year, D'Angelo Russell seemed to be a much more confident player. Looked like the number 2 overall pick we expected coming out in 2015.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Russell. And Russell missing a lot of time before the midway point last year with a knee injury.
Well, I think he knew that he would be called upon to lead the team with his scoring and playmaking ability, and he really stepped up to the challenge. Amazing what a change of scenery can do for a guy.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And it's Carroll with the ball for the Nets. 8-point game. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And their defense practically non-existent in that one. Just gave up far too many easy shots.
You could say they certainly were not on a string on the defensive end. They need to be so much better moving forward.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Fultz. Allen passes to Carroll. Passes it to Levert. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Levert's got 5.
Well, you cannot allow Jairus Levert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
McConnell kicks to Saric. Pass to Covington. Philadelphia moving the ball around. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Fareed. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Levert. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. Covington finds McConnell. That one goes. Count it. McConnell's got his first points of the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. You think that's a move in a positive direction and it's had a good effect?
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said, and even more for the younger kids who are learning the game. They got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Boy, they have come out strong. They've controlled the pace, asserted their will. Wow.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston. Carroll against Covington. The shot by Carroll, no good.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
McConnell with it. 8 points his last outing, but they get it back. Here's Saric. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Kenneth Fareed.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls from Saric. So for the Nets, Ed Davis has checked in for Reed. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's Napier in for D'Angelo Russell. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Philadelphia. Both good from the line that time. Here's Dinwiddie. He's still scoreless so far in this one. To the left wing. Embiid against Allen. Here's Hollis-Jefferson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, you love watching Hollis-Jefferson on the catch and shoot. He has committed to developing his offensive game.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Shabazz Napier. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. 76ers substitution. Amir Johnson. Landry Shamet.
Philadelphia with the ball. They lead by 11. He gets that one. McConnell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach, because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in blocks. 5th, Joel Embiid.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
Here's Allen. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And stolen by McConnell. Six to shoot. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Allen. To the inside. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The 76ers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Landry Shamet. At the line for 3.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And Doris, to try and improve the flow of the games, teams now have fewer timeouts. Players have to be faster about retaking the court after stoppages. I'm assuming you're like me, all good things, right?
I agree, Kevin, and I think what people don't know is the impetus from this actually came from the coaches themselves. Rick Carlisle said, listen, we need to pick up the pace of play because we'd like our games to fit in a certain time frame. And listen, when you've got the leadership at the top in Adam Silver, who always makes clear that game flow is one of his focuses and that this is an entertainment medium and let's please our fans, you're going to make the right choices.
Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And the 76ers lead by 14. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. The shot, no good. Good D by Embiid.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Chandler with the steal. Now the pass to McConnell. Out left to the wing. Shamet. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Right at the free throw line. Knocked away.
Now, great look on that. Just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
Now, here's McConnell. 13 feet away. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. McConnell's got 6.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Jamari Carroll's checked in for Allen. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Muscala, he's checked in for Embiid. Now the 76ers with it. They're on an 18-7 run. McConnell's scanning the floor. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Here's Muscala. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Napier passes to Carroll. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Sinks the three-pointer. Hollis Jefferson's got his second bucket tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Well, now you're going to have to tone down the level of aggressiveness on the defensive end. That's his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots. Two.
Free throw good, Wilson Chandler. And both free throws good for Wilson Chandler. Nets trail by 17. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Napier, and stolen by McConnell. Shamet. They grab their own miss. Six to shoot. Goes back up. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Napier feeling it out a bit. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And Chandler sends it back. And he gets it back. And so it's Philadelphia out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back to the action after this word. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so, in the game for the 76ers, McConnell and Fultz, the playmaking pair in the backcourt. Muscala is out there with Amir Johnson, and it's Chandler in at the small forward position. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Levert's checked in. Now here's Davis. He's tightly guarded, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Outside, Davis. Here's Napier. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Napier's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Nets. McConnell kicks to Muscala. Now, here's McConnell. And here's Fultz. Out to Chandler. 5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. A shot by McConnell, no good. And it's Davis with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Down by 15. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip.
You call that power basketball by Hollis Jefferson. He's willing to go right through the foul.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Well, Doris, for rookies, beyond skill, what attributes do you think they need to have an early shot at success?
Yeah, I think one of the things that you always wonder about, and one of the great players in history, Kevin Garnett, talks about the impact that other older players had on him. Sam Mitchell, when he first arrived in the league, they taught him the work habits necessary to succeed at a high level. So the first thing you'd have to have is commitment to work. And the second thing is the right temperament. An NBA season spans 82 games over 6 months. There will inevitably be ups and downs. And how do you weather both of those things, Kevin?
You know, you gotta love the muscle that Fultz possesses, taking the hit there, but still able to complete the play.
Here's Levert. 17 points for him last game against Houston.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
The 76ers leading by 15. And there's the foul. He'll go on Shabazz Napier. And that'll be his third foul so far. D'Angelo Russell's checked in for the Nets. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Redick is checked in. On defense, Brooklyn only giving up 2 points this quarter. Now Fultz, 14 points from him the last game against Detroit. Softly drops in the floater. Fultz has got his second bucket of the night.
I just love the move of Fultz. No wasted motion, dribbles with purpose, easily getting to where he wants with the ball.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And with as much news and worry that Fultz's jump shot has caused, you forget just how deadly he is going at the rim.
Yeah, has no problem cutting through the defense like a hot knife through butter. I tell you, Ben Simmons said he hates guarding Fultz in practice as it is impossible to stay in front of him. Just a very shifty player who uses his great handles to get into the teeth of the defense.
Fareed's checked in for Damari Carroll. Sharch checked in for the 76ers. Robert Covington comes in for Wilson Chandler.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Deep two from Russell. His shot is good. Scores his third basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Well, the more experience you get in understanding how to run pick and roll, the better you become. D'Angelo Russell improving his decision-making.
Fultz kicks to Redick. Pass to Muscala. Redick surveying the D. Just 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Nets passing it around. Here's Fareed. Tries again. And Davis lays it in. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Well, you better be more physical on the glass because they wanted that rebound more than them, plain and simple.
Now here's Fultz. With some arc. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Shooting one.
And that one misses.
And the feeling is with Fultz, tremendous potential. Could be one of those game-changing type point guards who scores and passes with ease.
Now here's Sharch. He's coming off a 25-point game against Detroit.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
For 3, Covington. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Now the pass to Levert. Fareed outside. Here's Hollis Jefferson, covered by Reddick. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 9.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Now here's Fultz. He's guarded by Russell. To the middle, here's Covington, and they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control. And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. Free throw drops for Covington. And Greg, with Covington, he makes a point with his game to take what the defense gives him.
And sometimes that means Covington will go nights where he shoots very little. He's okay with that. He's focused on efficiency and making the best decision for the team. Only cares about wins and a true team player.
Here's Fultz after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Passes to Covington. Fires the 3. And it's Russell with the rebound. Nets trail by 17. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Well, he's getting better at absorbing contact. Finishes like this prove Russell is a tough, dynamic competitor.
Pass to Covington. Outside, Reddick. To the paint, here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 17-point game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. D'Angelo Russell, the lefty playmaker out of Ohio State. Doris, a lot to like about his ability to create.
Well, he certainly, Kevin, has a nose for scoring and combines that with good vision. I think the one thing he's got to be careful of is shot selection and taking care of the basketball.
The first free throw is good.
And to me, the ceiling that D'Angelo Russell has is really high. This guy is dynamic, he's confident, he can score it, and he's just going to continue to want to prove himself.
Allen's checked in for the Nets. And so Russell hits them both. Philadelphia leading by 15. Fultz with the ball. He has 6. Covington's shot is off. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Here's Levert, covered by Reddick. Pass to Russell. Nets passing it around. Allen kicks to Russell. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Well, to me, this is where D'Angelo Russell distinguishes himself. He understands that when he can score it, he's going to be aggressive.
Now, here's Fultz. Outside for Reddick. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside, Russell. And the pass to Fareed. Back to Russell. And the slam dunk by Russell.
D'Angelo Russell rises up and drops the hammer.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. but they've continued to let him fly. Back to Fultz, and stolen by Russell. Clock at 4, deflects the pass, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sharich.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
The Nets making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Russell from long range. Sharich grabs the board. The 76ers leading by 11. Shamet, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Levert. He's got 5. Outside, Russell. Just 5 to shoot. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Inside, Fultz. Nice D from Russell.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
Here's Levert. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Here's Dinwiddie. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. Dinwiddie passes to Levert. Allen inside the three-point line, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Passes it to Covington. Here's Fultz. Floats one up, and he sinks the layup. Fultz has got 10 points.
And Fultz can pretty much score from any area, even inside when the D's all over him. Love how composed he is.
The 3. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Dinwiddie. Kicks it to Fultz. Pass to Sharich. Over for Reed. And too long on the shot.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
Now, that's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Houston.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing through.
Look at that jam!
Wow, get out of the way. Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Covington wide open. He fires. Nailed from three-point land. Covington's got 19 points. Nets trail by 13. Now, here is Russell. He's got 17. It's stolen by Fultz. 1:07 left in the first half of basketball. It's good. 7 points in the game.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Dinwiddie kicks to Allen. Pass to Russell. Back to Allen. There's the pass to Dinwiddie. 3 on the clock. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Dinwiddie's got 5 points now this quarter. Pass to Covington. And here's Fultz. Stolen by Fareed. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 5. Here's Levert. And the rejection by Embiid. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. 15 seconds left to play here in the half. Back to Carroll. 6 to shoot. Chandler with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's McConnell. And the layup's good off the glass. McConnell's got 8 points.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
And that concludes the first half. 76ers lead by 15. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
I think we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Robert Covington had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
Well, didn't you get the sense, Greg, that this entire team fed off his energy? His remarkable effort on the defensive end really triggered this group.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Down by 15. Russell and Levert in the backcourt. Kenneth Faried is out there with Allen, and it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it's certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Throwing it down that emphatically energizes the whole team, and that can be a huge shift in momentum.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Jairus Levert, a player who executives knew had potential, Doris, but they were scared away on draft day.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, the 3 foot surgeries early in the career had a toll on that. But let's remember, the Nets took a chance, and he has more than shown with the ceiling he has what a good decision that was.
And he makes the first.
To me, Jairus Levert has tons of upside. This is a 6'7" guard with an outstanding skill set.
So he gets them both. Philadelphia leading by 11. And here's Fultz. Saric outside. Over Faried. He can't hit that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Levert the pass to Fareed. To the inside. It's stolen by Sharch. Fultz with the ball. Russell's there. And Fareed sends it back.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
He dishes it to Russell. Just 5 on the clock. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Carroll.
Now, Jamari Carroll gives the defense no time to react on that. Not looking to pass or put it on the deck, just score it.
Pass to Covington. The tray. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
They were hoping for a fast start. Instead, they're 0 for 4.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Oh, their communication on offense is working at every level now. These guys are really cohesive. What a run.
Redick with the bucket.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
Russell finds Allen. Here's Levert. Lets it go with a 3. And the Nets, another 3.
Great play calling, great execution. Leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Now here's Fultz. D right on him. Embiid inside. Defended by Allen. Covington. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Russell passes to Allen. Launches a 3. And it's Levert missing.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Stolen by Fareed. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Carroll's got 4 points in the quarter.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
You know, they found a way to compose themselves on both ends of the floor, and that's what's really powered this run.
Here's Embiid, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Embiid's got his 3rd basket of the night.
You like how he uses his height there.
No, exactly. I mean, you're talking about surveying the defense and cashing in with the gorgeous mid-range.
Here's Russell with the 3, and it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Fultz. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
How about the confidence level with which Fultz plays? When he's close to the basket, he keeps his eyes focused on the rim at all times.
Timeout called, the Nets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Carroll. Nets passing it around. 6 to shoot. Hollis Jefferson passes to Levert. Shoots over Redick. And the Nets miss again.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Embiid dishes to Redick. It's tipped.
Well, that's about the long reach of Jairus Levert on the defensive end, swatting away an opportunity.
Now Fultz. 14 points for him. Doesn't go that time. A ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game, and they need to avoid that.
Levert the pass to Russell. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Russell's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, the speed of Russell can take you aback. This guy's so good at using it to take the defense apart on the drive.
And Šarić kicks to Fultz. Embiid, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
The 76ers leading by 9. Fultz with the ball. For 3, Covington. Rebound, Brooklyn. Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Hollis Jefferson, covered by Šarić. Bounce pass, Russell. Shot clock at 6. And he banks in the layup. Russell's got 25 points in the game. And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
I think, Greg, he just has to get them on the same page. With this kind of lax defensive effort, something has got to change.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn. Shabazz Napier comes in for Russell. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Muscala, he's checked in for Embiid. Johnson comes in for Šarić. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. Outside, Redick. Let's go. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Dinwiddie. The teardrop falls in. And now it's only a 5-point 76ers lead.
Well, you think about the Brooklyn Nets and Kenny Atkinson having a tough task of rebuilding this organization. It is still feeling the effects of the trade that stripped them of so many picks. But give Kenny credit for embracing the challenge and knowing there's a long road ahead.
He kicks it to Carroll. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Carroll's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they ramped up their intensity, forced good things to happen, and now they're right back in it.
Here's McConnell. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And with Atkinson and the Nets, he said it feels like the team is a startup.
Right. Atkinson has taken a more hands-on approach with the team. He works out with the group. He does weightlifting with them. He wants to build the idea that the team is striving towards something together.
Chandler outside. And a miss there on the triple. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Now here's Napier. He's covered by McConnell. And now Redick pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one, good. Redick's got 7 points in the game.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
And Davis can't get it to go. The 76ers leading by 6. To the middle. A shot by McConnell, no good. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala.
Going the other way.
That's foul number 2 for him. Brooklyn's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game. It's Carroll on the wing. He's guarded by Chandler. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. 4 on the clock. Here's Napier. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Philadelphia's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Nets trail by 6. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Johnson with the block.
Well, twice on the pipes, and that's all about the effort from Amir Johnson to come up with that block.
Napier kicks to Davis. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by McConnell. Napier off target with his 3. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Passes to Chandler. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter of the game. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from the wing. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Dinwiddie. He has 7. Carroll for 3. Cans it from downtown. Carroll's got 10.
Boy, his marksmanship has been unbelievable this quarter, and they're still down.
McConnell finds Johnson. Now, here is Muscala. Napier covering. Muscala pass to Johnson.
I like the force from Amir Johnson. He establishes great position and sends a message.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Muscala. Clock at 6. Shoots from the line. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Dinwiddie.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie does such a good job of understanding what the defense is going to give him. How about that pick and roll play? That's nice.
Feeds it to Johnson. And here's Chandler from the arc. Drills the three-pointer. He has 5. Now here's Napier. He's covered closely. Out to the right wing. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Johnson with some nice D. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Three-tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. The 76ers leading by 6. So on the floor for Philadelphia, McConnell and Fultz, the playmaking pair in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Muscala in at the 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Fultz. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
What a turnaround in the second half. So much more accurate overall.
The 76ers shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Now, here's McConnell. Fareed defending. And good that time. 18 points for Markelle Fultz.
And I just love when Fultz goes with that floater, showing a desire to add to his arsenal offensively.
Now, here's Napier. D right on him. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Free throw drops for Napier. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Johnson at the elbow. Over in the corner, Fultz. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Nets trail by 5. Now here's Carroll. And here's Napier. He can't get that one. Now here's McConnell. Napier covering. Now McConnell. Shot clock at 5. From 13. Fultz, no good. Brooklyn's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Dinwiddie.
A great size at the point guard position. Dinwiddie, fantastic getting into the paint and making the defense pay.
And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Fultz. Sweet little floater. Fultz has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
Napier kicks to Dinwiddie. Over Fultz. Off the left rim and out. Philadelphia leading by 5. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's McConnell. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Levert's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Napier. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Sharch checked in for Johnson. That's good from McConnell. Nets trail by 8. Russell finds Allen. Here's Fareed. That shot no good. Some solid defense from Saric. Pass to Fultz. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Embiid's shot is good.
Well, there is clearly a size mismatch, and from the mid-range, there's no way that shot's going to be blocked.
Here's Levert. With the teardrop, good.
That's 6'7". Jairus Levert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
Chandler outside. From outside the arc. And it's Russell with the rebound.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
The 76ers leading by 8. Saric inside.
Two shots, gentlemen. 2.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Jairus Levert. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. J.J. Redick's checked in for T.J. McConnell. Both shots good from the stripe.
Boy, his free throw shooting has been on the mark tonight. Nothing new there, right?
Nets trail by 10. Russell with it. Here's Levert. And the basket is good. Levert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Jairus Levert's a crafty player. This is a guy who knows how to get shots over the interior defense.
Fultz kicks to Saric. And Fareed sends it back. Now here's Carroll to the inside. The shot's good from Fareed.
Man, this has been fun. I mean, we got two teams dueling down the stretch.
Boy, does it feel to you, Greg, like every single shot is going through the bucket? That's how lethal both of these teams have been late in this one.
And here's Fultz. 6 on the shot clock. Now Embiid. Basket good. And the 76ers lead by 8.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Carroll against Chandler. Carroll passes to Russell. To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Saric. Kicks to Fultz. Shoots from 12. Up again. Saric on the follow.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Allen outside. The pass to Carroll. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Robert Covington's checked in for Philadelphia. And so here is Philadelphia. Fultz with the ball. Saric looking around. Deflects the pass. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Wednesday, they'll go up against the Pacers in Indiana. And then on Friday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at the matchup with the Heat, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. 10-point lead. And the shot goes in. And that's 13 points for Dario Saric. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. So the wing on the left. It's Allen on the wing, guarded by Embiid, and that one good. 27 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Well, D'Angelo Russell has the floater in his offensive arsenal. So important for a point guard in the NBA.
Fultz kicks to Saric. Back to Fultz. Good on the bucket. Fultz has got 12 points here in the second half.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
Levert the pass to Fareed. Here's Russell with the three. It's hauled in by the 76ers. To the middle. Saric dishes to Fultz. And it's sent back by Russell. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Takes the 13-footer. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers leading by 12. Saric finds Embiid. It's stolen by Allen. It's Carroll on the wing. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for D'Angelo Russell.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Carroll with it. Now defended by Embiid. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The 76ers shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. Here's Fultz. And the layup's good off the glass. Fultz has got 24.
And I love the energy from Fultz. An incredibly crafty and creative scorer.
Here's Dinwiddie. Guarded by Fultz. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 12 points on that basket from Dinwiddie.
It makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
Poked away. And Redick kicks to Fultz. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Timeout.
And the 76ers lead by 14.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Well, I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Robert Covington.
Well, he's got his field goal percentage in the high 50s, and that says a lot about how well he's been able to kind of exploit the gaps in the defense. His motion, his ability to find open spots on the floor, you can definitely see the difference.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where anybody had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Here's Levert, covered by Redick. A nice shot by Levert.
And you have to admire his focus. Not a good matchup for him in terms of size differential.
No, but that play is about his will, right? He won't back down from the big man. He's going to take it right to him.
Embiid kicks to Redick. Shot clock at 6. Saric in the corner. His three-pointers off the mark.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
The shot by Carroll, no good. Philadelphia leading by 12. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Brooklyn ball.
.141 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Levert, covered by Redick. Here's Dinwiddie. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Fultz kicks to Saric. Inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Next ball.
Nets trail by 12. 1:07 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Levert. Buries it down low.
Boy, that's a decisive move to the cup. He gives the defense no chance to react.
The 76ers shooting an outstanding 53% for the game.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the 76ers.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
Timeout called the Nets. They're trailing by 10. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. .26 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here's Napier. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.